far away from Milwaukee, actually. The Dairyland Dolls is their travel team. So we'll have Dairyland Dolls versus the Tampa Tantrums. The Dairyland Dolls are, of course, in the white and blue with the cow-spotted helmets, and Tampa in the black, dark gray, and pink.
We'll say it's black.
Yeah, it looks different on the screen than it does in person, so whatever works for you. But it looks like we are getting ready to get to the action here, and real quick, we will run down the rosters for you. If you want to take Tampa first, Spider, take it away.
Skating for Tampa in the black and pink, number 06, Anna Chang. Number 101, Smooth Operator. 138, Lily the Kid. Number 2, PH Diesel. 20 is Lauren Kill. 212 is Lunch Lady. 22, Panty Bandit. As we are getting set here, we might skip the rest of the rosters and get to them later in the match. That's exactly what we'll do.
Okay, sounds good. We've got Mac the Knife on the line for the Dairyland Dolls, and she is up against number 90, Little A, for Tampa. And off the line, bit of a pile up there as Little A tries to make her way up the inside line, followed very closely by Mac the Knife, but both packs doing a really nice job here of stopping the jammers. Mac the Knife recycled back a little ways. We've got a couple of whistles being blown, but Little A through the pack with lead jammer status. Mac the Knife hot on her heels. Going to be a close pass. And Little A finds her way up the outside line, grabs a couple of points there. First blood to Tampa, 2-0 after the first jam of this game.
I was going to ask you, Abby, actually. I was thinking that both teams, I'm guessing they haven't played each other before. Those first few jams are going to be a feeling out period to see what strategies both sides are employing. I think we saw that right there. Low-scoring jam, bit of a scrum at the start.
Yeah, very much so. Going to just be kind of testing each other out, see which each team has. Mad Rollin Dolls coming off a game against Windy City most recently. Only lost by a couple of points, 7 in that game. That was a big turnaround for them. Big statistical win for the Dairyland Dolls on that. But I do not believe they have faced off against Tampa anytime recently, so this will be very new for them. So we've got Mouse jamming for the Dairyland Dolls.
That's Tasmaniac for the Tampa Tantrums, and she picks up a grand slam right there. A Rydell Skates grand slam, the first of our match here.
Oh, a bit of a pile up on the inside line there, and that is going to be a back block call on the Tampa jammer. She's going to be headed to the, the Potawatomi Hotel and Casino penalty box, giving Mouse for the Dairyland Dolls a chance at her own Sock It To Me power jam. And she's going to pick up 5 points.
Big moment here for the Mad Rollin Dolls. They've caught the early deficit, but now they have a power jam and they have the opportunity to make some of those points up. Tampa blocking very well on the second turn, though. Play is recycled back in.
Just as a quick note, if you do hear some phantom whistles in the background, the tracks at Brouhaha are very close together and only separated by a curtain. So you may hear some whistles and think it has to do with this game, when in fact it does not. So
please don't be distracted as much as possible.
We'll work on that too. We'll do our very best for you. So we've got the Tampa jammer back on the track now. Tasmaniac hitting the back wall of Dairyland Dolls. She gets through Tipsy Velvet at the front there and is going to pick up 4 points for her efforts. Mouse getting stuck in the back there up against the 4 full line of Tampa blockers. That's Brokeback Jack. Darling Nikki at the front there, trying to stop Tampa, but she gets through and picks up all 5 points right before the whistle blows. So we are now at 16-10 in favor of Tampa.
There was a lot going on that last jam. We had a couple of penalties. It looked like players at one point didn't know if they had been called to the box or not. Maybe they heard the phantom whistles as well.
I think it gets a little confusing out there, and it takes a minute for teams to get used to playing like that. You have to really watch your referees to see what's going on. We're back at it again. That is going to be Sprout and a Tail taking the jammer star for the Dairyland Dolls up against number
20, Lauren Hill.
Thank you. Sometimes they get in that scrum, and I just can't see.
All these glasses are good for something.
That's good. Lauren Kill. Not actually Lauren Hill, the famous singer.
I was miseducated this morning.
Oh! Nicely done.
First punt of the day.
I imagine there will be many more. So both jammers having a hard time pushing through these very, very powerful defensive walls. Sprout and a tail a little further behind. Lauren Kill up in the front facing off against, let's see, that's going to be Molly Tav, Glock Ness, Lip Smacker. Sprout is not just pushing against this wall, is super, super slow moving. Really excellent stopping power in the Tampa Pack's part here. Going to get a little bit of help from her friends now that the Tampa Jammer is through. We'll see if the offense here can break Sprout out. But distracted enough that Lauren Kill going to fly on through there and get her full 5 points for a Rydell Gates grand slam. And that's always the trick with offense. Got to play it quick before the other jammer just sneaks out around you. Sprout still having a hard time. But the Dairyland Dolls going to pull a forearm? Thank you. Forearm on Lauren Kill there, sending her to the Potawatomi Hotel and Casino penalty box. And Sprout and a Tail now with a chance at the Socket to Me Power Jam for the Dairyland Dolls. And she's going to pick up, no points there at the end, but 3 on the board for Tampa before their jammer went to the box. And those were back-to-back power jams in favor of the Dairyland Dolls. Weren't able to do much damage with that last one, but they are going to start this next jam with another Socket to Me Power Jam opportunity. 24-10 in favor of Tampa.
This has definitely been a funny game as we're kicking off this power jam with Magic Missile jamming for the Mad Rollin Dolls. Trying to find some space on the outside. It's a 24-10 game, but it seems like Tampa's had the lion's share of the offense so far.
Well, and they've had most of the lead calls, I believe, in their favor so far. There was some nice crushing on the to the inside by the Dairyland Dolls, but Magic Missile wasn't quite able to get through to take advantage. So she's still going to be stuck in this pack now as the Tampa Jammer comes back onto the track. We do have a multiplayer call on one of the Tampa blockers. She's going to be headed to the Potawatomi Hotel and Casino penalty box. That was Alley Cat Scratch. Going to be sitting in the box for a little while. Magic Missile coming up again to the back of the Tampa pack. Gets through, calls it off before Tampa can score any points. Missile going to grab 3 for the Dairyland Dolls at the end there, bringing them up to 13 to Tampa's 24.
That's a good jam for the Dairyland Dolls. It breaks Tampa's run, and it gets them going back in the right direction. Plus, that was a good job of blocking by the Dairyland Dolls as well when the Tampa Jammer got back onto the track. See if they can keep it going here in this jam.
Very nice. We call that the Amoeba of Death style of blocking.
You know, I think one of our skaters down in Peoria thought that she had made that up, and now she doesn't. Oh,
Nothing
man,
new under the sun.
It's true.
Oh, Mac the Knife jamming for the Dairyland Dolls. Tries to take that inside line, gets hit to the in by number 67 for Tampa, Slayer Moon. And that's Smooth Operator jamming for Tampa. We have a Tampa blocker headed to the box. And a back block call going to be going to Mac the Knife here. Turning the tables now, Tampa going to get that Socket to Me Power Jam opportunity, but they're going to come up against, that's going to be a magnitude 10, and Glock Ness. Giving her the business on the inside line, able to hit her out, drive her back a little ways. But Smooth Operator, nice little dancing, twirling to get through. Coming around again, some nice offensive work there by Tampa to help break up the Dairyland Dolls pack, leaving her with just 2 blockers in the front. Oh, that's going to be a counterclockwise hit on Glock Ness for the Dairyland Dolls. I'm sorry, direction of gameplay. Going to bring the Dairyland Dolls to just 3 blockers on the track. Smooth Operator coming around again for another scoring pass. Mac the Knife also back on the track for the Dairyland Dolls. And a forearm call on Shenanigans for the Dairyland Dolls. Going to head to the Potawatomi Hotel and Casino penalty box.
Your smooth operator, a lot of credit. She drew that clockwise blocking penalty on the third turn. She was really able to stay, not able to stay up right there as a magnitude 10 knocks her to the floor.
Almost like it was nothing, just kind of stood there and gave her the shoulder, dropped her.
But on that third turn, when she drew the penalty, she was rotating, keeping her direction forward, but rotating her body and not giving the blockers anything really substantial to hit. And she was able to stay in bounds very late as well, so that when she was stopped, they had to move backwards to actually hit her.
Right, and on those turns, it's especially tricky. The math on the track when you're hitting to the in or the out on a turn is sometimes very tricky to figure out. So we've got Little A jamming for Tampa up against Mouse for the Dairyland Dolls as this next jam gets underway.
Is lead jammer Little A.
Tampa still on a lead jammer run, I do believe. And that's going to be a no pass, no penalty. Good awareness on Little A's part. Mouse getting hit to the outside by the Tampa blockers there. Going to get recycled back a little ways. Little A just spins her way through the inside line there past Shenanigans and Glock Ness. Picks up her full complement of points.
Excellent move. Eagle to the inside and then pirouetted through.
Nice. Mouse finally able to break through a very, very solid Tampa wall. But Little A smartly going to call it off before the chance for the Dairyland Dolls to pick up any more points. I am told Magic Missile and Mac the Knife both have back-to-back lead jammer for the DDs, which broke a streak. Oh, was broken. The streak was broken by Little A just then. I'm learning how to read notes. You give me, it's early in the morning. I'm going to get there. It's going to get smooth. So we are 47-19 in favor of Tampa still early in this game. 18 minutes, 42 seconds left on the board. That's Sprout and a Tail jamming for the Dairyland Dolls. Up against Tasmaniac, number 7 for Tampa.
Really, really fast-moving pack. Crack pack, as the veterans call it.
Crack pack.
And a lot of heavy artillery being thrown. A Tasmaniac, you can see, is a very physical jammer, but she's getting met with a lot of physical play. Meanwhile, Sprout and the Tail, not a finesse player in her own right, with a nice little jump cut for the grand slam.
Yeah, Molly Tov, one of the blockers there for the DDs, as well as Darling Nikki, longtime veterans of the Dairyland Dolls, have been around for quite some time. I was actually just looking at pictures of both of them in the 2008 regional representing for the Dairyland Dolls. So they have been around. They are both very, very solid blockers.
Tasmaniac finally breaks through the pack after she was knocked out earlier.
Sprout and a Tail calls it off, though. Sees the other jammer incoming. So she picked up 3 points at the end there for the Dairyland Dolls. And we have a timeout being called by Tampa. So we'll have a minute here. So 47-27 in favor of Tampa. Who's supporting us this weekend, Spider? Let's drop some names.
Well, of course, the Potawatomi Hotel and Casino is sponsoring our penalty box this weekend. Play, stay, and get lucky at Milwaukee's #1 entertainment destination, Potawatomi Hotel and Casino. Also, Dr. Eric Peifel of the Orthopedic Institute of Wisconsin and Mosh wishes you a safe brouhaha weekend. They are here for all your injuries on and off the track. Contact us at theorthoinstitute.com. Classic Sliced Pizza is your friendly neighborhood roller girl-owned pizzeria, serving up huge slices, salads, desserts, and apps made from scratch. Specializing in vegetarian and vegan items and the best gluten-free crust in the city. Classic Sliced Pizza has been a proud Brew City Bruisers sponsor from the very beginning. Stop in this weekend and grab a slice of the $2 tall boy. Classic Slice is in Bayview and is open until midnight. And we're back.
And I'm hungry.
Oh, me too, actually, yeah. I think I had a banana this morning.
Oh, you got to do better than that.
Well, does my ramen at midnight count?
If you eat ramen after midnight, do you turn into a gremlin?
I guess not. I'm here and I'm human.
All right, so we've got Lauren Kill jamming for Tampa, and she is up against Magic Missile for the Dairyland Dolls. And Missile going to grab lead jammer status for the Dairyland Dolls there. Nice change of momentum for them. Brokeback Jack throws the butt out there and tries to catch Lauren Hill around the outside, but she's able to get around without too much trouble. Missile going to blow through for 4 points and call it off. Nice, quick hit it and quit it for the Dairyland Dolls.
And that's key for the Dairyland Dolls right now. They were up. They've been down by. They were down 47 to 19 a minute ago, and now they are on a 12-point run.
Nice narrowing of the score gap there.
And I was actually kind of surprised that Tampa called a timeout there. They must have had a player that needed to catch a breath. But in this sense that the Dairyland Dolls can really use that to catch up. They had a chance to catch their breath as well.
So timeouts can definitely benefit both sides. There are 2 in the box at the moment. Tampa's Lily the Kid and Lunch Lady. So Tampa down a couple of blockers here, going to benefit the Dairyland Dolls as Mac the Knife there blowing through the pack for lead jammer status. And she is up against, oh, I'm sorry, no lead jammer status. I am wrong. Never listen to me.
Looks like smooth operator. I think she got him.
Yes.
Both jammers still battling through the pack, however, as they are going through the turn. They're nearing turn number 2.
That is quite the scrum on the turn there. Both packs just kind of mingling with each other there. Oh, nice spin move. Gets Tampa's jammer through, and she's going to call it off. 4 points on the board for them with that pass. More of those.
Right, we might have a scoring change there.
No points on that pass for the Dairyland Dolls. 4 for Tampa, so it's going to bring us to 51 to 35 in favor of Tampa. Mouse on the line for the Dairyland Dolls, up against Little A for Tampa. And we are off to the races. It's very rare that you see flat walls anymore in Derby, so it's just fun to watch these ever-moving, recycling packs of players, and as they sort of slam into one, the opposing team as well, trying to work it to your advantage so that the other pack is sort of helping your pack in some ways, as opposed to hindering what you're trying to do. There's just an enormous amount of strategy involved in this kind of defensive work. Mouse still held up there behind Tampa, but getting a little help from her friends there. That's Brokeback Jack and Tipsy Velvet. Little A coming around for her own scoring pass, though. Only up against 2 Dairyland Dolls blockers, is able to get through without too much trouble. Finds that inside line open, but going to run into Brokeback Jack and Tipsy Velvet. The only 2 blockers of record for the Dairyland Dolls on the track at the moment.
Little A having a very nice jam here. She's coming around for her 3rd pass, and she's already picked up 10 points. Blocking for Tampa is excellent as well. Doing a good job of holding back the white jammer.
Darling Nikki back on the track for the Dairyland Dolls. They get 3 blockers now to Tampa's 3 as their pivot heads off to the penalty box. That was Alley Cat Scratch.
Little A finally slowed up. She was knocked out by Jean Lane.
Mouse finally able to juke to the inside line there. A little help from her friends as well. Break through that pack. But Little A is going to go ahead and call that off before Mouse has a chance to do any damage. That was a huge jam for Tampa.
That was a big one for them, especially because they were they had to weather a run by the Dairyland Dolls, and they had gotten the score back to within 16 points, and so now it's stretched out back to 35.
Apparently took a look at that, decided they didn't like it. Felt very determined to change it. 70 to 35 in favor of Tampa now. We've got Tasmaniac on the line for Tampa, up against Sprout and a Tail for the Dairyland Dolls.
I like what the Dairyland Dolls are doing, even though Tampa does get lead jammer there. That's Tasmaniac out front ahead.
Some hard hits to the inside line there. A couple skaters going down. Glock Ness took a skate to the head there for a second.
That is the 3rd consecutive lead jammer for Tampa. But the Dairyland Dolls have an interesting play. It's almost a counter play like you would see in football. They have the jammers start out on the right, swivel around to the left where the blockers are supposed to be holding back a line to give them a lane. Tampa's been able to counteract that. They might have to change the strategy up, but it's a very nice play.
Try to stack the pack a little bit, basically, as a jammer off the line like that. See if you can get them to commit to one side and another.
Exactly. I mean, that's what you definitely want to do. Tampa, however, holding a lead, and they just grabbed 4 points on the last one, and now Lauren Kill trying to stretch that out against Magic Missile.
Just 3 blockers on the track for the Dairyland Dolls, one in the Potawatomi Hotel and Casino penalty box to start things off. Tampa at full strength. Magic Missile really muscling her way through there, but Lauren Kill able to find a big hole on the outside line, jumps through and grabs lead jammer status for Tampa. Magic Missile still trying to work her way through there. A little help from her friends, but going to have to switch right back to defense here as Lauren Kill wastes no time making her way around the track. And we got some whistles being blown. That's going to be Lauren Kill off with a low block penalty.
The worst low block penalty to get when you fall down and somebody trips over your skate.
Yep.
But it's still a penalty.
I have been there. It is intensely frustrating, but yep, it is what it is. So Dairyland Dolls now with a power jam opportunity. That's going to be Socket to Me power jam for Magic Missile.
And there is 5 points right there. So Mad Rollin Dolls already taking advantage of this power jam. Still about probably 20 seconds or so left. See if they can get another good pass.
Magic Missile tries her luck on that inside line there. Gets stopped in her tracks, hit to the outside again here. Nice screen in the back there from the Dairyland Dolls there prevents the Tampa blockers from drawing Missile way back, so she's able to get through for another Rydell Skates Grand Slam. This is very much what the Dairyland Dolls need at this point. Try to narrow that gap again as we head into the final 10 minutes of this first half of the game. Lauren Kill back on the track for Tampa now. Looking to make her way through the inside line there. Leads with her butt. Doesn't quite make it work. It's smart, though. If you kind of put your back out there, it's much more likely that the blockers are going to block you illegally.
It's true. It's true. And you have a little bit more force when you're coming in and you're using your trunk as opposed to trying to go with your shoulder, lead with your shoulder.
It's good to vary it up, try different things. Magic Missile coming around for another pass, hit to the inside line there. As the jam comes to its conclusion, one last point on the board for Tampa at the end, 4 for the Dairyland Dolls, going to bring us to 80-49 in favor of Tampa. And that is going to be Mac the Knife taking the line for the Dairyland Dolls. Nope, we have a timeout being called right before the jam whistle.
It's like the officials are going to take time and talk something over.
So we'll take a second to talk over with you about some of our awesome sponsors this Brouhaha weekend. This is Bruised Skate Nooses, the original over-the-shoulder roller skate holder. We have over 50 colors and patterns to fit your team, your league, or your personality. And if that isn't enough, contact us for more customization options. You spent a lot of money on those skates. Don't shove them in a bag full of sweaty gear. Your skates hate that. Get the original over-the-shoulder roller skate holder, keep your skates aired out, and show them off with a Bruised Skate Noose. Find them on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or online at bruisedsn.com.
Very short official timeout as we're coming back to action. Mac the Knife against Smooth Operator for Tampa. Tampa holding a 31-point lead, and Smooth Operator is lead jammer. Going to have a couple penalties for multiplayer blocking. Actually, looks like Smooth Operator being sent to the penalty box on a back block. That is the Potawatomi Hotel and Casino penalty box. So once again, it's a Sock It To Me power jam for Mac the Knife and the Mad Rollin Dolls, Dairyland Dolls. Oh, Mac with a big shoulder block knocked down the pivot for Tampa. Trying to make her way through, fight her way through, really, and does.
Gets declared lead jammer for her efforts. That, by the way, that official timeout was for a minor injury to 565. Block Ness for the Dairyland Dolls. She's A-OK, back on the track, as you can see.
And that's big for them. She did a very, very good job of blocking on that last power jam.
Block Ness is a very, very powerful, very smart blocker. Been dealing with some knee injuries over the last year and came back really strong, but I suspect, still creeps up sometimes.
Always something to watch for taller players, especially in a sport like this. Very aerobic, very cardio, and a lot of contact.
When you have very short, little, fast jammers hammering at your legs, it's no fun.
Like kindergartners.
Right.
That was cold.
That was cold.
I take that back.
As a smaller jammer, I'm a little insulted. Mac the Knife trying to work her way through the back of that Tampa pack. And they're not just barely moving, but able to keep it going in the right direction. And that is going to be a cut track call on the Tampa Jammer. They're giving Mac another opportunity at a socket to me power jam. Dairyland Dolls, I suspect, getting the majority of the power jams today in their favor. But Mac going to go ahead and call it off.
It's been very close. It's been very close on the penalty calls so far today. Weren't able to take advantage there. And we are under 8 minutes, under 7.5 minutes here in our first period. 80-59 is the score in favor of the Tampa Tantrums. However, as you said, Hammer Abby, Mouse and the Dairyland Dolls on a power jam. Mouse going to start in that sprinter stance.
Don't see that as often these days.
Well, with walls being the way they were and the game becoming more athletic, you don't want to just go barreling into that wall.
as we have seen now with Mouse. Hit that pack hard, went down, but back up again, and threw a lead jammer for the Dairyland Dolls. Back around in a scoring pass now. Mouse able to break up that pack pretty quickly with some help from her friends.
That was good. She got through there with little or no contact, and that's what you want for your jammers, especially in the first period.
Absolutely. It keeps them from getting tired out too quickly. It's a lot of work when you have to press through.
Asking for some help right there from 255.
Tipsy Velvet just kind of tapping her on the back and then taking her belt. Still having a hard time fighting through, but out just snakes through on the inside line there, and she's going to go ahead and call it off after another 5-point Rydell Skates Grand Slam. Nice run for the Dairyland Dolls there.
And this is kind of what we saw earlier in the period. It's been this kind of thing. The Tampa will get two big jams. They'll get a big jam, maybe 10, 15, possibly 20 points as we saw earlier. And then the Dairyland Dolls have to come back, chip away. And chip away for them is 10 points, 12 points. Yes. But they're taking advantage of these power jams very well so far.
Nice back and forth. And that's Little A with lead jammer for Tampa.
Now this is dangerous. Little A had the big jam the last time when the Dairyland Dolls cut the lead down.
Little A very effective jammer in general. Has a solid record. She was up against, I believe that was Sprout and Tail. But snuck her way through and called it off there before the Dairyland Dolls could score. So now it's going to be 82-69 in favor of Tampa.
Better job of blocking right there by the team in white. They were able to hold Little A down and she only got 2 points before the signal came from the bench to call it off.
So that's going to be Magic Missile jamming for the Dairyland Dolls up against Tasmaniac for Tampa. Both packs at full strength here again. Magic Missile looking for an inside line. Taz working her way back and forth across the track. Coming against very strong blocking from Brokeback Jack and Darling Nikki. Meanwhile, at the front, Magic Missile not getting any joy. Lily the Kid holding her back. And it is going to be Tasmaniac finding the inside line and getting lead jammer for Tampa.
Missile found a spot for just a moment, but was knocked backwards. Meanwhile, Little A is knocked backwards and out, and she is going to call off the jam. That was a big, big hit right there.
That's Tasmaniac jamming.
Tasmaniac, excuse
Correction.
me.
That was a huge hit from Brokeback Jack, number L5 for the Dairyland Dolls. Yeah, sometimes you take those big hits and you know what? I'm done with this jam. I need a minute. I need a minute to recollect myself.
I mean, better than taking time off the clock when you're in the middle of a jam and having the other team take the advantage.
Absolutely. That's going to be Lauren Kill jamming for Tampa up against Mac the Knife for the Dairyland Dolls. I feel like this is what we're seeing more and more right off the line. You just see the two packs cohese immediately. One of the jammers a little bit in front of the other one, but you never know which one is actually going to get through based on this necessarily.
Well, Tampa seems to have the larger frame blockers at the in terms of the teams, and they're doing a bit. They're doing a bit better job of blocking so far, at least at the start.
Pretty similar styles for both the teams. Mac the Knife still not able to get through yet. Taking some big hits. That was number 67, Slayer Moon. Lauren Kill hit to the outside there by the Dairyland Dolls pack. She's going to get recycled back, but a magnitude blocker for Dairyland Dolls is going to pick up a low block and head to the Potawatomi Hotel and Casino penalty box.
Tough penalty. A magnitude 10 had recycled Lauren Kill back into the pack. And so she got a free run once that penalty was called.
Lauren Kill with lead for Tampa at the moment. And that is going to be a forearm call on Mac the Knife, sending her to the Potawatomi Hotel and Casino penalty box. Tampa now with lead and with the power jam situation in their favor. And that is a Sakatumi power jam.
Tough one right there by the Mad Rollin Dolls. They had the triangle form, and they got pushed to the outside. And once the jammer engaged, Tampa came over and just shoved all the action to the outside of the track. Nice job of blocking there, however. Shenanigans was able to force the jammer out.
So 15 points so far on this jam for Tampa. And 3 more at the end there is going to bring it to 18. Nice work by Lauren Kill. Just under 2 minutes left in the first half of play. We've got 104 for Tampa, 69 for Madison, who has been held at that score for several jams now. 4 jams. Consulting our stats. So starting in a power jam, in a Sakatumi power jam, Tampa going to put Smooth Operator on the line. Up against just 3 Dairyland Dolls blockers. 2 now, as Jean Lane going to get sent off. And Tampa with lead jam status, Smooth Operator. Mac the Knife back on the track for the Dairyland Dolls. Trying to make her initial pass. Smooth Operator, living up to her name there. Able to just kind of glide through that mini pack. Dairyland Dolls with just 2 blockers out there. 3 now as Shenanigans rejoins the party and tries to play some offense for Mac the Knife, unable to break her through. And we are coming down to the end of the first period here. The period clock will end before the jam clock at this point, unless Tampa decides to call it off for any reason. Mac the Knife, just no joy with this pack. Tampa holding her tight here. All 4 jammers covering the track. And she's got the helmet cover in her hand at the moment. Hands it off through underarms to Shenanigans, the pivot for the star pass. Nicely executed. But all for naught. That is going to be the end of that jam.
It'll be pretty close. We'll see if we can grab one more jam or if the teams will take their time getting to the line. It looks like they might.
I think that is going to be the halftime, folks. So we are at 113 to 69 at the half. Tampa in the lead. And we will be back in just under 10 minutes.
Stick around. just under 2 minutes left here in our halftime as we are on the Derby Laces track number 2 with the Tampa Tantrums facing off against the Dairyland Dolls from Tampa, Florida, and Madison, Wisconsin, respectively. I am Jumping Spider, as always, here with
Hammer Abby.
And Abby, as we've got a little bit of time to kind of work things over, we're going to go over the rosters as we didn't get to all of them in the pregame.
There's just too much action to keep track of.
Oh, exactly. And what did you really see from both sides in that first half?
A lot of really tight defensive work. Both packs doing a really nice job with that sort of diamond formation, really shutting down the jammers, making things move, making them have to work really hard, and making offense super necessary, as we've seen sort of as the trend in the game overall. But with the Tampa jammers just having more luck finding those little lines, those little holes that they're able to kind of jump through and get through. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. What about you?
Honestly, it was just about that. I think the Tampa Jammers did have a little bit more luck. They were able to find a couple more spaces. Little A is leading the way for Tampa right now with a 9 points per jam average, 36 in 4 jams. And she showed a nice mix of finesse and physicality there. On the other side, Magic Missile was a good job, did a good job for Madison, especially on power jams. Madison was able to take advantage of power jams when they could and get their way back into the game. So we've got a good game. That's what I like to see. It's less than 50 points right now. And
I have seen teams come back from this in a second half.
I have not definitively seen a team hold the edge. It's kind of like, you remember Guitar Hero with the little needle and how it flipped back and forth? No team has the needle right now.
Right. The momentum isn't really solidly one way or the other, and it keeps changing so dramatically, just kind of depending on penalties and any number of other factors as we go into the second half here.
So get set for a frantic finish, everyone. Brouhaha 2015. And Hinckley Productions is presenting our stream, so we're very glad for all of you tuning in right now. We hope you enjoy this second half. Said we'll run down those rosters, and we will get to those rosters at some point soon.
Someday, some way. That's going to be number 4, Mouse, jamming for the Dairyland Dolls, and she is up against, that is number 2, PH Diesel, jamming for the first time this game for Tampa. And she's going to grab lead jam for her team. Mouse still stuck in the back of those jammers, and PH Diesel blows her way through an inside line there, just staying in bounds, and she's going to pick up her full complement of points. That is a Rydell Skates grand slam to start off the second half here for Tampa. Mouse through the pack now, coming around, but PH Diesel going to call off that jam before Madison has a chance to score.
Exactly the way Tampa would want to start the second half, stretch their lead. They got 9 points, and they were able to keep Madison off the board. On the other side, Madison had a lot of trouble with the defense, and that's going to be the tough part, I think, is to break that defense down of Tampa, force some penalties, get some blockers off the track.
If you're here this weekend at Brouhaha, I want to give a shout-out to Turnaround Skates. They are the official skate tech of Brouhaha 2015. That's Sprout and a Tail lining up for the Dairyland Dolls as the jammer up against Little A for Tampa. Little A is going to find that hole, grab lead jammer for Tampa, but Sprout and a Tail blasting through the pack. 2 Tampa blockers able to get to the front. Nice recycling work there by Tampa. Hold Sprout just long enough to give Little A some time to get through and grab her points without too much pressure being put on. She's going to grab 4 before calling it off there. Tampa at 126 to Madison's 69.
Going to finish out the rosters while we do have a chance. Number 22 for Tampa is Panty Bandit. Number 67 is Slayer Moon. 7, Tasmaniac. 714, Penguin. 82, Tic Tac Tony. Number 9, Alley Cat Scratch. Number 90, Just Jammed Little A. And number 92, Trip McNeely.
And it's going to be Smooth Operator on the line for Tampa up against Magic Missile for the Dairyland Dolls. Magic Missile tiptoeing her way up the inside line there. Coming up against those 3 Tampa blockers. Holding tight. Oh, and Dairyland Dolls doing a nice job of hitting Smooth Operator out, recycling her to the back. And it's just enough time for Magic Missile to get through and grab lead jammer status for the Dairyland Dolls. We have a Tampa blocker headed to the Potawatomi Hotel and Casino penalty box. As Magic Missile getting hit to the inside there, pops back in, Going to grab 5 big right L skates Grand Slam points. That was my variation on the cliche. Instead of 5 big roller derby points. Just trying to change it up a little bit here for you. Smooth operator coming up against those 3 last Dairyland Dolls. Blockers able to punch her way through as Magic Missile coming around for another scoring pass. Finds that inside line wide open. Taps her hips. Calls it good. Going to grab 4 final points for the Dairyland Dolls. That is the first time in 8 jams that Madison has scored points. Got away from that 69 number, up to 78 to Tampa's 126.
That's big for your psyche, and it was a reversal of fortune. They were able to keep the Tampa Jammer on the track and get the points, just as Tampa did in the first jam of this half.
And it's going to be Mac the Knife jamming for the Dairyland Dolls. Up against those phantom whistles from the other track. She's up against Anna Chang, jamming for the first time for Tampa tonight, this morning. What time of day is it?
Yes.
That's going to be lead jam for Tampa.
Yes.
And Anna Chang.
There is no time inside the Panther Arena.
It's so true. So 0-0 on that one. Anna Chang got hit to the inside by the Dairyland Dolls blockers and wisely called it off before the Dairyland Dolls had a chance to come and score any points. Sometimes those 0-0 jams are a victory in themselves.
For Tampa, it locks some time off the clock, and for Madison, it keeps Tampa off the board. So a bit of a victory for both teams. In the lower Midwest, I believe they call that a wash.
It's so true. PH Diesel taking the star for Tampa, launching herself into the back of that pack. That's Mouse with the braids, jamming for the Dairyland Dolls. Oh, PH Diesel pushes her way through that pack of jammers and grabs lead status for Tampa, but there's going to be a multiplayer call on the pivot for the Dairyland Dolls. That's Shenanigans going to be headed to the Potawatomi Hotel and Casino penalty box, leaving just 3 Dairyland Dolls blockers on the track, and they're going to try to play some offense here for their jammer. And that is going to be a forearm on the Tampa jammer. She's headed to the Potawatomi Hotel and Casino penalty box for 30 seconds, giving the Dairyland Dolls a chance at a Sock It To Me power jam. Mouse hits hard, nice little spin move there as she gets some help from her pack and gets past those final 2 Tampa blockers. And that's going to be a right L skates Grand Slam for the Dairyland Dolls on that pass. Lip Smacker and Molotov up to play some offense here. Going to crush those blockers to the outside, and Mouse able to pass through again for yet another right L skates Grand Slam. This is going to be a nice change of momentum a little bit here for the Dairyland Dolls. But PH Diesel back on the track for Tampa now. Picks up her own right L skates Grand Slam rather quickly there after re-entering the track. And she is hit to the inside there by Molly Tav as Mouse comes back around. PH Diesel through for Tampa. Mouse calling for some help from her friends there. Nice little
She was gassed.
wave.
She was gassed on that 4th turn, but she shoots out of the pack there. Nice job.
Yeah, they're just trading right L skates Grand Slams at this point. And Mouse around the outside, ducks underneath that Tampa jammer, picks up a final 5 right L skates Grand Slam before the whistle blows at the end of that jam.
I just noticed at some point in time, PH Diesel went to the box, so the Dairyland Dolls were on a power jam. They'll start this jam on a power jam as well. So a big moment here. We are a 30-point spread, and I believe that Sprout and the Tail will be starting this one off on a power jam for the Mad Rollin Dolls. They really need to work against that Tampa defense. Doing so at the start, Darling, Nikki shoving things to the inside, then swooping back outside. Blocker going to be released. A couple blockers going to be released from the box. And now Sprout and the Tail still having some trouble trying to force that multiplayer block and go with the link. And she is lead jammer for the Mad Rollin Dolls.
By the way, that was a 24-point jam for Mouse on that last one.
And it's funny, it seemed like they were trading, but the Dairyland Dolls got the better of the exchange.
Sprout and Tail coming up against the back of those Tampa blockers and get some nice offensive help from her pack on that one. Going to go ahead and call it off before Tampa has a chance to score on that round. Nice jam for Sprout to tail, and that's going to bring it to 132 to 106 in favor of Tampa. Continuing that sort of accordion action on the gap in the score.
I believe that's the closest we've been since it was a 47 to 31 game early in the first half. This is we are back to 26 points.
That was back-to-back lead jam statuses for Madison. And we've got Little A on the line for Tampa, Magic Missile for the Dairyland Dolls. Oh, inside line, Little A is going to go ahead and pick up lead jammer for the Tampa squad. Magic Missile getting recycled to the back. Oh, A Magnitude, nice try on the hit to the out, but Little A able to dance around it and get through for that Right Owl Skates Grand Slam, 5 points. Just barely making those little, just squeaking through on the lines, just on our tiptoes. Just about an inch, and that's about all it takes to get her through. Very nice footwork for Little A there. Magic Missile finally through that Tampa pack after deflecting a big hit there, but Little A able to get through. Ain't like it ain't no thing. Another Right Owl Skates Grand Slam. Magic Missile getting recycled all the way to the back again as Little A's approaching the front of the Dairyland Dolls pack here. Things going to be pretty spread out on the track. And we've got a penalty on a Dairyland Dolls blocker. She's going to be headed to the Potawatomi Hotel and Casino penalty box. Do they get to gamble while they're there, do you think?
Oh, probably not.
I think that's probably against the rules. Oh, no fun.
Tampa Tantrums actually on a power jam now as Magic Missile was sent to the penalty box. And so Little A going to keep things rolling right here. And she's got another Rydell Skates Grand Slam. Things going to open up for her on the third turn. And then the Tampa Tantrums block is going to come in. And we had a bit of a pile up on the third turn, excuse me. Looks like another 3 points that Little A got. So just like she's done all game, she broke the run for the Dairyland Dolls and was able to really push that lead back out for the Tampa Tantrums. She has far and away been the best jammer for the Tampa Tantrums. 66 points and 6 jams. That's 11 per.
Wow. Nice math action there.
That was easy math.
So this is going to be a power jam start, but we have an official review underway. That red line you see in the middle of the track there would be the Notorious R.E.D. jammer line. And I want to tell you a little something about Notorious R.E.D.
What you got to tell us about it?
Starting close and clean. Notorious R.E.D. Smell clean, even if you play dirty. You can get it here at Brouhaha at the Derby for All booth or order it online at notoriousred.com. They have been a long time stalwart sponsor of roller derby. And it does smell very, very pleasant. I will vouch for that personally.
As a well, I guess currently former roller derby, is that an oxymoron? Am I mixing metaphors? As a
Jumbo
currently
shrimp.
former roller derby coach, I know that smell when you come off the track. And I've also been in locker rooms. It wasn't that pleasant. So please visit notoriousred.com. Get the smell out. And let the sunshine in?
Let the sunshine in. Yeah, there we go. We're still in the official review here. The referees in the center of the track having themselves a nice chat. So I'll take a moment, tell you about one of our other awesome sponsors. Field 59 video platform powered the live streaming technology behind the 2014 Roller Derby World Cup in Dallas, and now powers the live stream for the 2015 Midwest Brouhaha. Power jam your derby bouts with Field 59's video solutions. You're watching it right now. Thanks to Hinckley Design and Productions, they've been around they've been there for us in Madison for so long. They started filming our bouts there,
nice.
And they've been doing the streams for things like World Cup and all over the world, and they are an amazing crew, and we thank them enormously for all their work they do to support roller derby.
I mean, this is a great setup, honestly. This is the best setup that I've had for broadcasting for this, and honestly for a lot of sports. So, and I've done a good amount of sports in my short life. I'm 27 today, by the way, if I can tag myself.
Happy birthday to you, Spider.
See, that was like a cheap Mick Foley pop, but I'll take it. But thank you all, thank you guys. But thanks to Hinckley Productions as well for providing us this great setup. We've got live stats and we've got a great stream going. So,
are you going to celebrate your birthday tonight at the Upper 90 at the official after party?
Well, of course. I mean, it's walking distance from the UWM Milwaukee Panther Arena. Why wouldn't I go there? And all of you out there, you should go to Upper 90 is our official after party spot for day one of Brouhaha 2015. So check them out. Check us out. We'll be there. I'll be there. Buy me a drink. Non-alcoholic, possibly early. We'll see. But let me know. I'll be there. I'm 27.
It's a good number.
Right.
It's a
great.
fine number.
So this is a fairly long official review.
It is, in fact. Although we are hearing the excitement from the track next door, things are quiet on this side.
Well, just a little bit of analysis. Some things that I've seen. Obviously, as I said before, Little A has been the key, really, for the Tampa Tantrums so far in this bout. She was at 36 points in 4 jams when we came back from the halftime, and now she's at 66 points in 6 jams. So she's tallied 20 points in 2 jams so far. That's 10 points for each. Or actually 30 points in 2 jams this half. So that's 15 points in each jam. And that's raised her average to 11 points per jam. That was almost too much math. That's why I started tripping over my words. But she's been the key. She's really been the key for the Tampa Tantrums.
She has been a standout in this game so far.
And she goes at the line. She has a good mix of control, finesse, and power. On the last jam, she really just kept slamming her shoulder in between the blocking crew.
Impressive fortitude.
And then she made some nice jump cuts and lateral moves when she was in the open floor. So she's got it both. And the Mad Rollin Dolls are really going to have to slow her down if they want to get back in this game. Still, only a 45-point game, though.
19:50 on the clock. And we've got Smooth Operator taking the Jammer Star to start off in a Socket to Me Power Jam for Tampa. That official review has come to an end. We will get you the word on what that was all about as soon as we're able. Tampa with lead Jammer status, as Magic Missile now back on the track for the Dairyland Dolls.
Nice job by the white team to delay Smooth Operator in time for Magic Missile to get back on the track.
Lady Hoo-Ha trying to hit Smooth Operator to the inside there, and Smooth Operator able to stay in by just like the hair of her toe stop. Magic Missile going to get recycled around to the back. She's got the helmet cover in her hand, but she's able to break through on that outside line. Sometimes you go for that helmet, that star pass, and you end up actually distracting the pack just enough that you can get yourself through. So it's better to just hold on to it. Tampa going to call off that jam, however, before Missile can get around. They're going to pick up the final 4 points for themselves there.
Go
ahead.
A word on that official review. Shenanigans from the Dairyland Dolls requested a low block being called on black number 90 Little A. Thought that Little A caused a low block, but the no call was reviewed and ruled to stand by the referee crew.
There we go. And we are back at the action with Mac the Knife wearing the star for the Dairyland Dolls. And that is going to be Anna Cheng for Tampa. And she's going to be out front with lead jam status for Tampa. As Mac the Knife still trying to work her way through these back 2 blockers. Getting some help from her friends, but it's going to spread out the Dairyland Dolls pack just enough that Anna Cheng is going to blow through without any resistance there. And pick up 4 points. Mac the Knife hits hard at that seam. Gets 1 point at the end there for the Dairyland Dolls. Nice aggression at the end, just grabbing that point at the last second.
Sometimes you just got to go with the Citadel and see what happens, and she did just that. Anna Cheng waited. She had her hands up, waiting to call, and Mac the Knife sped up, grabbed a point. All points count, especially now.
Yep, absolutely. That's going to be Mouse jamming for the Dairyland Dolls up against PH Diesel for Tampa. And the whistle. Both jammers going to be testing these walls, trying to find their holes if they can. Mouse is going to grab a penalty. That was an out-of-bounds blocking call on Mouse, giving PH Diesel lead jammer status for Tampa as well as a shot at his Socket to Me Power Jam. She comes back around, crosses the notorious RED jammer line around turn 2, flies through that pack, and she's going to pick up a Rydell Skates Grand Slam. This is the 4th lead jam status in a row for Tampa, swinging that pendulum back in their favor in terms of momentum.
That was a really tough penalty for McElknife to take as she was shoved to the inside and was trying to step back in and force her way through the middle of the blockers, but I believe she had to skate out of bounds. That's Mouse.
Mouse.
That was Mouse that took
I was
that
confused.
penalty.
I thought we'd gone back in time. Mouse back on the track for the Dairyland Dolls. Squeezing her way through, trying to find that inside line. Is just going to just barely get pushed out and have to get recycled back. And we've got a multiplayer call going to a Tampa blocker. She's going to head to the Potawatomi Hotel and Casino penalty box for her trouble. And there is a bit of a pile up on the track there. Mouse steps her way around, but grabs a forearm call. Not happy about that. Going to head herself, an insubordination coming right after that.
As you said, Hammer Abby, she was not happy about that call, but cannot show up the referees in any sport, so she's going to take the insubordination. So we'll see. It might be double. If I'm correct, it's double time in the penalty box?
It should be a minute in the box for the 2 penalties in a row when it comes like that. So Tampa and PH Diesel are going to have a shot at this Socket to Me Power Jam. PH Diesel spinning and pushing her way through this Dairyland Dolls pack, able to stay in front of her. That's Tipsy Velvet and Brokeback Jack, and that's going to be the end of the jam. 4 more points for Tampa at the end there. 0 on the board for Madison, as Mouse is still in the Potawatomi Hotel and Casino penalty box.
That's a tough one to take, and the frustration obviously set in for Mouse right there. It's just a tough time in the game, especially when you're still in it. You have a chance to close the gap, and you potentially a chance to win. Now Little A is out there for Tampa. She's been far and away in their best jammer, and she's going to try and salt this one away.
Tampa doing a really nice job of jumping up, playing offense, and splitting apart Dairyland Dolls' pack there. Just kind of like exploding them from the middle and making it very possible for Little A to dance through without too much trouble. Dairyland reforming in the front, Shenanigans their pivot, stuck in the back behind Tampa's blockers, goading her, and able to hold the pack definition back by them. Mouse back on the track now for the Dairyland Dolls, but Little A through for the Rydell Skates Grand Slam, and with lead jam status for Tampa, going to control the pace of this jam. Do some serious damage while they're at it. Mouse making her way through the pack there, bowls over a Tampa blocker, gets through. That was her initial pass. So Little A going to go ahead and grab her points at the end. That's going to be 4 more and call it off. And we've got a timeout being called by the Dairyland Dolls.
Obviously, they want to talk things over here.
So ATI physical therapy. Let's talk about physical therapy because you need that when you play roller derby. It's a very physical sport, obviously. So when injury strikes, you have a choice. Choose ATI Physical Therapy, the official sports medicine provider to your Brew City Bruisers, our hosts this weekend at Midwest Brouhaha. To experience the ATI difference, visit atipt.com or stop into one of their over 19 Milwaukee area clinics for a complimentary injury screening. Check out what you've got going on. Ask your doctor about the company that is taking physical therapy to a higher level. ATI Physical Therapy, get there. That's my scary voice at the end.
Well, I mean, people need to know, obviously. They got to go to ATI.
Well, we're all held together with Band-Aids and Scotch tape and things like that, so physical therapy is where it's at. I have definitely relied on the services of good physical therapists to continue to skate. We're going to be back to the action here. Sprouting to the tail, taking the jammer star for the Dairyland Dolls, and that's going to be Smooth Operator number 101 for Tampa. 216 for Tampa, 114 for Dairyland Dolls out of Madison.
First bout of the day for both teams, but this is the moment of truth for the Dairyland Dolls right now. If they can get a good jam here, they'll still be in the game. If they can't, it'll be very, very tough for them to close this down.
That's going to be lead jammer. 6 in a row lead jammer status for Tampa as Smooth Operator pushes through, but Sprouting a Tail pretty close on her heels there is going to make this a quick jam possibly as Smooth Operator hits that pack, goes down, calls it off as she's on the ground, keeps Madison scoreless, but only picks up 1 point, although 1 point, still a victory. Nicely played by Tampa on that pass. So we're going to have Magic Missile on the line, second highest scorer so far for Madison with 37 total in this game. She's going to be facing off against number 6, Anna Chang, for Tampa.
Fresh jammer, Anna Chang has been this half, but she did a good job, especially on the last jam. She grabbed 4 points. And that's what you want to see from a reserve jammer. Spell the regular jammers and get points when you can.
Whoa, spins through on an inside line. Nice little move there. That's going to be number 7 lead jam status for Tampa as Magic Missile gets hit to the inside there. Just getting the business from these Tampa blockers. And Smooth Operator just slices through there, and she's going to pick up that 5-point right L skates grand slam. Magic Missile through the pack now coming around. Oh,
that looked like a big hit, and that's why Anna Chang's got the shin guards on.
apologies, I misspoke. Anna Chang. Credit where credit is due. Very nice jam. Awesome footwork on her part. 222 for Tampa, 114 for Madison. PH Diesel taking the line with the pink star for Tampa. Mac the Knife, blue star for Dairyland Dolls. And they are lining up on the notorious RED Jammer line. Mac the Knife plowing into the back of a couple of Tampa skaters there. That's Penguin. Multiplayer call on a Tampa blocker and also a Dairyland Dolls blocker, both going to the box at the same time there. The Potawatomi Hotel and Casino penalty box. And that's going to be Mac the Knife with lead jammer status for the Dairyland Dolls, breaking the streak. Nice change of pace for them. Oh, she tries to just fly through and flies through a little too hard. She's going to get a penalty and get sent off for a low block. And that's going to be a socket to be power jam for Tampa and PH Diesel. She's going to pick up that right L skates grand slam on her way around. And that's going to be another one as she just gets bumped into by a couple Dairyland Doll skaters and makes her way around. Nice crushing action on the inside there to the inside. Tampa coming up. Very nice coordinated offense, getting PH Diesel through for another right L skates grand slam. And they are really opening up that lead here at these last couple of jams. Hit to the outside by Jean Lane and Darling Nikki. Recycle back. PH Diesel coming in, looking for that inside line. Comes up against Tipsy Velvet and Jean Lane. Hit to the outside by Brokeback Jack. Almost steps back in and does, unfortunately, picks up that track cut call. So PH Diesel going to head to the Potawatomi Hotel and Casino penalty box just as Mac the Knife re-enters the track for the Dairyland Dolls and gets her own Sakatumi Power Jam. And that's going to be a cut call on a Tampa Jammer, Tic Tac Tony, headed to the Potawatomi Hotel and Casino penalty box. Mac the Knife going to pick up that awesome right L skates grand slam before the whistles fly at the end of that jam. There were 4 points on the board for Tampa before their jammer went off, so they're going to grab those as well.
Well, 19-10, the score in favor on that jam. Very long jam, full of hits and thrills, chills, and a few penalties. But Mouse going to start this one off in a power jam for the Mad Rollin Dolls, the Dairyland Dolls.
Right L Skates, by the way, one of our awesome sponsors today. Right L Skates, unmatched quality, unmatched performance. Can't have a tournament without Right L Skates.
Oh, this is true.
Mouse out in the front there, up against a two-wall of Tampa blockers, trying to work her way around, finds that outside line, scooches around, picks up lead jammer status for Madison. PH Diesel back on the track after her penalty is going to go ahead and pass the helmet cover, but it looks like we've got illegal procedure.
And now penalty going to be called on Mouse as well.
Sorry, this is a lot to keep track of. So Mouse headed to the Potawatomi Hotel and Casino penalty box as well. But that was an illegal star pass for Tampa. But that's going to be a very quick turnaround in the penalty box since both jammers went. PH Diesel back on the track with that star for Tampa. Tries to come in, go to the outside, gets hit out, recycled way back by Jean Lane. Mouse back on the track now for the Dairyland Dolls as well. And we've got a regular game happening again. Everything is as it should be.
Both jammers on the track. Mouse really trying to force her way through the middle. She's been working that play for most of the game.
Really trying to punch those seams, try to weasel her arm in between, her leg in between the blockers. Not having much luck just now. We've got another helmet cover pass, star pass in process.
Undaunted.
And it's a penalty ball. Back block call, I believe, on one of the Tampa blockers, going to be headed to the Potawatomi Hotel and Casino penalty box. Number Slayer Moon, 67. So now number 22, Panty Bandit, appropriately enough, had the star pass at the end of that for Tampa. But that jam ends. That was fun. That was a lot. 3 points for Madison at the end.
They did win the jam.
What's that?
They did win the jam.
They did win the jam. Yep.
Just over 7 minutes here to go as we have just under full strength Slayer Moon still in the penalty box for Tampa, sprouting the tail on the line against Little A. Looked like number 10 had the inside for a moment. Lead by Little A takes inside, jump cut to the outside, and that's lead jammer once again for Tampa and Little A.
Sprouting a tail out of the pack now, two pretty close behind her. Little A, very nice awareness as a jammer, able to see those tiny little holes open up basically as they open. So these holes can be they pass very quickly. So she gets through, grabs 2 points, calls it off very quickly before Madison can score.
I mean, it's exactly that, Abby. With roller derby the way it is now, things shift and change so quickly during the game. And you want your jammer not only to be as shifty and crafty as possible as well, and to be able to find those holes and get through them as fast as possible.
That is correct. Magic Missile on the line that's the notorious RED jammer line for the Dairyland Dolls, up against Smooth Operator for Tampa, who takes a hit and just spins through it, picks up lead jammer status for Tampa.
Tried to shove Glock Ness to close that line down, and she just somehow got through a space that wasn't there.
Tiny, wily jammers. It's going to be 4 points for Tampa on that pass, nothing for Madison. I keep trying to pick up some fun socks on the track here so I can do a tie-in, but I'm just going to have to tell you right now, Sock It To Me makes amazing socks, fun, funky socks with tacos, cupcakes, ninjas, mustaches, unicorns, and other things magical. With over 200 different sock designs, there is something for every personality, from punk rock to peacock and everything in between. That is Sock It To Me. Also the sponsors of Power Jams at Brouhaha this weekend. And that is going to be Anna Chang jamming for Tampa up against Mac the Knife for the Dairyland Dolls. Mac the Knife able to kind of push through that pack and finds an opening. Gets through with lead jam status for Madison. Anna Chang not too far behind. So Mac the Knife looks for a line. Anna Chang goes out around the outside, gets hit out, jumps back in real quickly. But hit to the inside, very nice. Lady Hoo-Ha and Darling Nikki. However, Darling Nikki is going to pick up an out-of-play block and head to the Potawatomi Hotel and Casino penalty box for that late hit. 3 points for Madison on that final pass. Nothing for Tampa. Mac the Knife calling it off before they can score. It's going to bring Madison to 139. Tampa 252. The very solid lead with just little under 4.5 minutes left in the second half of this game, which is very back and forth for most of it. Lots of kind of that accordion action in terms of the gap in the score, but toward the end here, Tampa able to open up a pretty comfortable lead with a series of lead jam statuses, smart plays, big jams by Little A, other friends.
Well, they had good help from their reserve jammers as we're back here. PH Diesel gets knocked to the inside. She will take a seat on the infield for just a second.
That's Lauren Kill, actually, jamming for... Oh, nope. Sorry, PH Diesel, you're right.
Oh, how
I was
dare
looking at the
you
wrong
doubt
thing.
me.
I know, I shouldn't have questioned you. I shouldn't have mouse jamming for the
See
Dairyland
these
Dolls.
Coke bottle glasses?
I know, I should just trust you. You've got a good hat, good pair of glasses. Clearly you know what's going on.
I appreciate the compliment on my hat, but no, yeah, Mouse is out there jamming for the Mad Rollin Dolls. Wasn't lead jammer, but Oh, I thought she picked up some points there, but the referee signals no, and that's 4 points for Tampa. It was, we had Mouse there on the track. I think the final turning point was when she picked up those 2 penalties successively on the jam, when she had the cutting the track and then the insubordination. And so that sent her to the box for a minute. Little A was on the track, and she really made that jam count.
And it's amazing what a difference that makes now that we have just the 30-second penalties. And when you have something that happens, you get 2 in a row and you have to sit for a minute. It's just remembering how painful that was back in the day to have a jammer sitting for that long.
That full 60 seconds really took some air out of you.
It makes a difference. So that's going to be Sprout and a tail up at the front, jamming for the Dairyland Dolls up against that Tampa wall. And I believe that is Little A back on the track for Tampa, getting recycled back.
They're basically throwing the kitchen sink at her right now. They would force it to one side and get a blocker on the outside and shove the whole pile outside. And they did a good job. They slowed Little A down twice. She was able to get through, however, and that is lead jammer once again for Little A.
Sprout and tail. Oh, almost thought she had it. Almost broke through the front. Gets hit in the chest. That's Panty Bandit with a big hit there. Going to recycle her back just as she thought she was going to break through. And Little A picking up a forearm penalty, going to head to the Potawatomi Hotel and Casino penalty box for 30 seconds. So Sprout and a tail now with a chance at a Socket to Me power jam for the Dairyland Dolls.
Another piece of good work by Little A. 9 jams. That was her first penalty of the entire bout. Sprout and tail working things over, trying to get through, but really, really finding the going tough. She's going to be recycled once again. Lily the Kid working things back, and now number 10 working back into the pack here.
Just a minute and a half left in this final minute and a half of gameplay in this game here. 20 seconds left on the jam clocks. We'll get another jam or 2 in before things end.
Looks like both jammers. Pack was spread out just a bit. Little A returned to the track and she grabbed 4 points. And now Sprout and the tail out of the pack.
And that would have been her initial pass. And we are done with that jam. So I'm going to tell you, Derby Laces, another awesome sponsor for Brouhaha this weekend. Say goodbye to United Skate Laces, untied skate laces. Derby Laces stay tied tight and where you want them. Get yours at derbylaces.com. You can try the new Spark Metallic Skate Laces by Derby Laces. Super strong and super shiny. derbylaces.com. Smooth operator on the line for Tampa up against Magic Missile as we head into what could be the last jam of this game. Early morning of Brouhaha, day 1. Magic Missile fighting against the front pack of Tampa blockers, determined to get a final lead jammer status for Madison on the board here. Smooth operator able to find that inside line again, though. She is real good at that. Grabs lead jammer status for Tampa.
Just tiptoeing. I mean, that's all it was. She tiptoed.
Tiptoeing through the tulips.
Oh, she got out.
Magic Missile able to get out on the outside line there. Finally gets through that pack as Smooth Operator comes up against the back of the Dairyland Dolls. Turns around on one toe, calls it off. And that is going to be the unofficial final of this game. 265 for Tampa to 139 for the Mad Rollin Dolls out of Madison. Excellent matchup. Pretty much anybody's game until just early, like kind of a third into the second half of that game.
No, Tampa was able to press their advantage, and they had the better side in this one. You know, it's a tournament format, so we could see these two teams play again. But Tampa pressed their advantage late. They were able to swing that momentum, swing the Guitar Hero needle, as I called it earlier. But a lot of credit goes to Little A, especially. She and Smooth Operator did handled the bulk of the jamming duties. But Little A was able to tally very well. 86 points, 40 points for Smooth Operator. Lauren Kill, who really jammed exclusively in the first half, had 32. And Tasmaniac had 22 to lead the scores for Tampa.
For the Dairyland Dolls, Mouse leading the scoring points with 52. Mac the Knife coming in second with 38. Magic Missile right behind her at 37. Sprout and a Tail at 12.
So good things from both sides. I get in the subsequent bouts, I'd like to see Madison kind of change up their jamming strategy just a touch. They're really going in, and it looked like the jammers were worn down in the second half. And obviously when you have to dedicate your blockers to stopping the other jammer, you can't free them up to help. But anything you can do to free up your blockers, to give your jammers some help, will keep them energized for the second half. And for Tampa, they had a strategy, they worked it. If they can keep it going, it'll work.
Quick shout out, PH Diesel actually was 71 points for Tampa, so that would be, she would be right behind little A in terms of total. Anna Chang, which is 13. Forgot to mention those before. That is, they didn't jam until the second half. PH Diesel jammed exclusively in the second half and scored 71 points. That is a huge second half game for any skater. All right, so we're going to wrap things up here. 265 for Tampa to 139 for Madison. And I want to give another shout out to Hinckley Design and Productions, our streaming bosses this weekend, doing all the streaming for us, all the video production. Thank you so much. Hinckley Productions has been a friend to Derby since 2008, providing live video production services and bringing you this live broadcast of Brouhaha 2015. Support free streaming Derby with your DVD purchase at hinkleyproductions.com/Brouhaha.
Also, follow us on Facebook and on Twitter and use the hashtag Brouhaha2015. That's BREWHAHA2015. We will be using that hashtag all weekend on social media, so please follow us once again and use the hashtag. That'll do it. Here on Derby Laces track number 2, I'm Jumping Spider.
And I'm Hammer Abby. Thanks for sticking with us. Stick around for so much more roller derby action this weekend. Don't go anywhere.
Turnaround Skates is proud to support the 2015 Midwest Brouhaha. We are a Derby-owned roller skate shop in Buffalo, New York. Our focus is providing our customers with innovative and quality skates, parts, and protective gear from all the top manufacturers. Our customers represent a variety of skating styles and backgrounds. Our boutique shopping experience focuses on finding the right skates and gear for you. We also add a bit of style with our fun accessories and clothing. Visit us in Buffalo or online at turnaroundskates.com.
Hi everybody, this is Zach here from Rydell Skates, and we're here to talk to you today about an exciting new product we have. This is our Fit footbed kit. It's designed to help alleviate pain and reduce some soreness that people commonly get while skating. First, let's talk about the Fit footbed itself. It's a high-density foam with a soft top cover on it. It allows for a lot more cushion and support for a safer and more effective skating session. On the back side, there's Velcro components that allow you to attach adjustable arch supports and heel wedges to it, which is really where all the customization comes in. Installed in the footbed is a blue arch support, which is neutral. There's also a red arch support, which is for high arches, and an orange arch support, which is for low arches. Installation and swapping them out is really simple. All you need to do is just peel the Velcro off and then install the new insert. The heel is another area of customization. You can use the included purple heel lift to elevate the heel in the boot, which can reduce heel slippage, irritation, or shin splints. Or you can use the included green heel wedge. It's angled, so depending on the way you install it, it can help correct pronation or supination issues. This metatarsal pad can be installed on the top side of the footbed to to help reduce numbness in the toe and ball area of the foot. Getting the proper fit is really simple. What you'll need to do is take your existing insole out of your skates. Then all you need to do is line the two up on top of each other and trace and trim to fit. The R-Fit footbed kit is available now at any of our authorized retailers. And for more information, you can always visit our website at www.roller.rydellskates.com.
Come celebrate summer with the Dairyland dolls, Saturday, June 20th and Saturday, July 11th at the Hartmeyer Ice Arena. Doors at 5, action at 6. But wait, there's more. The Dairyland dolls will be shaking things up with a special outdoor exhibition bout on Saturday, June 27th during the Festival Food Shake the Lake celebration at the Monona Terrace. Event opens at 5, derby at 6. Come for derby, stay for fireworks. Find the derby in you. MadRollandDolls.com.
Turnaround Skates is proud to support the 2015 Midwest Brouhaha. We are a Derby-owned roller skate shop in Buffalo, New York. Our focus is providing our customers with innovative and quality skates, parts, and protective gear from all the top manufacturers. Our customers represent a variety of skating styles and backgrounds. Our boutique shopping experience focuses on finding the right skates and gear for you. We also add a bit of style with our fun accessories and clothing. Visit us in Buffalo or online at turnaroundskates.com.
Hi everybody, this is Zach here from Rydell Skates, and we're here to talk to you today about an exciting new product we have. This is our R-Fit footbed kit. It's designed to help alleviate pain and reduce some soreness that people commonly get while skating. First, let's talk about the R-Fit footbed itself. It's a high-density foam with a soft top cover on it. It allows for a lot more cushion and support for a safer and more effective skating session. On the back side, there's Velcro components that allow you to attach adjustable arch supports and heel wedges to it, which is really where all the customization comes in. Installed in the footbed is a blue arch support, which is neutral. There's also a red arch support, which is for high arches, and an orange arch support, which is for low arches. Installation and swapping them out is really simple. All you need to do is just peel the Velcro off and then install the new insert. The heel is another area of customization. You can use the included purple heel lift to elevate the heel in the boot, which can reduce heel slippage, irritation, or shin splints. Or you can use the included green heel wedge. It's angled, so depending on the way you install it, it can help correct pronation or supination issues. This metatarsal pad can be installed on the top side of the footbed to help reduce numbness in the toe and ball area of the foot. Getting the proper fit is really simple. What you'll need to do is take your existing insole out of your skates. Then all you need to do is line the two up on top of each other and trace and trim to fit. The R-Fit footbed kit is available now at any of our authorized retailers. And for more information, you can always visit our website at www.roller.rydellskates.com.
Come celebrate summer with the Dairyland dolls, Saturday, June 20th and Saturday, July 11th at the Hartmeyer Ice Arena. Doors at 5, action at 6. But wait, there's more. The Dairyland dolls will be shaking things up with a special outdoor exhibition bout on Saturday, June 27th during the Festival Food Shake the Lake celebration at the Monona Terrace. Event opens at 5, derby at 6. Come for derby, stay for fireworks. Find the derby in you. MadRollandDolls.com.
Skates is proud to support the 2015 Midwest Brouhaha. We are a Derby-owned roller skate shop in Buffalo, New York. Our focus is providing our customers with innovative and quality skates, parts, and protective gear from all the top manufacturers. Our customers represent a variety of skating styles and backgrounds. Our boutique shopping experience focuses on finding the right skates and gear for you. We also add a bit of style with our fun accessories and clothing. Visit us in Buffalo or online at turnaroundskates.com.
Hi everybody, this is Zach here from Rydell Skates, and we're here to talk to you today about an exciting new product we have. This is our R-Fit footbed kit. It's designed to help alleviate pain and reduce some soreness that people commonly get while skating. First, let's talk about the R-Fit footbed itself. It's a high-density foam with a soft top cover on it. It allows for a lot more cushion and support for a safer and more effective skating session. On the back side, there's Velcro components that allow you to attach adjustable arch supports and heel wedges to it, which is really where all the customization comes in. Installed in the footbed is a blue arch support, which is neutral. There's also a red arch support, which is for high arches, and an orange arch support, which is for low arches. Installation and swapping them out is really simple. All you need to do is just peel the Velcro off and then install the new insert. The heel is another area of customization. You can use the included purple heel lift to elevate the heel in the boot, which can reduce heel slippage, irritation, or shin splints. Or you can use the included green heel wedge. It's angled, so depending on the way you install it, it can help correct pronation or supination issues. This metatarsal pad can be installed on the top side of the footbed to help reduce numbness in the toe and ball area of the foot. Getting the proper fit is really simple. What you'll need to do is take your existing insole out of your skates. Then all you need to do is line the two up on top of each other and trace and trim to fit. The R-Fit footbed kit is available now at any of our authorized retailers. And for more information, you can always visit our website at www.roller.rydellskates.com.
Come celebrate summer with the Dairyland dolls, Saturday, June 20th and Saturday, July 11th at the Hartmeyer Ice Arena. Doors at 5, action at 6. But wait, there's more. The Dairyland dolls will be shaking things up with a special outdoor exhibition bout on Saturday, June 27th during the Festival Food Shake the Lake celebration at the Monona Terrace. Event opens at 5, derby at 6. Come for derby, stay for fireworks. Find the derby in you. MadRollandDolls.com.
Skates is proud to support the 2015 Midwest Brouhaha. We are a Derby-owned roller skate shop in Buffalo, New York. Our focus is providing our customers with innovative and quality skates, parts, and protective gear from all the top manufacturers. Our customers represent a variety of skating styles and backgrounds. Our boutique shopping experience focuses on finding the right skates and gear for you. We also add a bit of style with our fun accessories and clothing. Visit us in Buffalo or online at turnaroundskates.com.
Hi everybody, this is Zach here from Rydell Skates, and we're here to talk to you today about an exciting new product we have. This is our R-Fit footbed kit. It's designed to help alleviate pain and reduce some soreness that people commonly get while skating. First, let's talk about the R-Fit footbed itself. It's a high-density foam with a soft top cover on it. It allows for a lot more cushion and support for a safer and more effective skating session. On the back side, there's Velcro components that allow you to attach adjustable arch supports and heel wedges to it, which is really where all the customization comes in. Installed in the footbed is a blue arch support, which is neutral. There's also a red arch support, which is for high arches, and an orange arch support, which is for low arches. Installation and swapping them out is really simple. All you need to do is just peel the Velcro off and then install the new insert. The heel is another area of customization. You can use the included purple heel lift to elevate the heel in the boot, which can reduce heel slippage, irritation, or shin splints. Or you can use the included green heel wedge. It's angled, so depending on the way you install it, it can help correct pronation or supination issues. This metatarsal pad can be installed on the top side of the footbed to help reduce numbness in the toe and ball area of the foot. Getting the proper fit is really simple. What you'll need to do is take your existing insole out of your skates. Then all you need to do is line the two up on top of each other and trace and trim to fit. The R-Fit footbed kit is available now at any of our authorized retailers. And for more information, you can always visit our website at www.roller.rydellskates.com.
A little early.
All right, we're about to get back here in action at the 2015 Midwest Brouhaha. Next game coming up here on track 2 is Steel City taking on Santa Cruz. Steel City currently ranked number 27 in the WFUEA, and Santa Cruz at 36. Just to go over what these teams have been through in the last few months. Both teams played in 7th place game at the WFUEA playoff last year. Santa Cruz finished 7th in Sacramento by beating Kansas City, and Steel City finished 8th in Evansville, losing a tight one to Toronto. This year, Santa Cruz dropped in the rankings. They started at number 24, but now dropped down to number 36. All their games this year all took place at the Tinseltown Showdown in April. They lost big to the current number 7 Angel City and edged out number 27 Arizona, but only beat number 57 Sacred City by 2 points, leaving with a 2-1 record, but also in danger of falling out of the top 40 there at 36. Number 27 Steel City has had less movement this year. They started at number 29. They've had a busier year so far with a 4-4 record, but only one of those wins over a top 40 team. They've beaten Charlottesville, Blue Ridge, Brandywine, and in their one win over a top 40 team, they got Queen City, number 30 Queen City, beating them by 10 points from 183 to 173. Their losses were to Rideau Valley, Toronto, and 2 losses to number 21 Boston.